I made $3,000 on a drywall job that I didn't even touch. No material runs, no labor, nothing. Just a couple phone calls and a system that works. Let me show you exactly how that happened. This lead came from my biggest lead source, which is local service ads. If you're not familiar with it, it is an ad platform on Google that you basically pay to rank higher on Google. When someone searches home services or drywall near me, paint near me, anything of that sort, it automatically ranks you higher. That's really powerful because if you don't already have a super strong Google My Business profile with reviews and everything, then you're not gonna rank even close to the top. And most of the time when someone is looking for someone in their area, they're gonna make that search and they're gonna call maybe the top 3 people that come up first. This specific customer was needing a drywall job after the recent hurricane here in Tampa. It flooded their home and about 4 feet of drywall up on the wall had to be taken out. That had already been done when they called us and they just needed us to come in, install the drywall, and finish it. If you're wondering how I made that money without actually touching the job a single time myself, I did it with subcontractors. They essentially act as their own business and we just collaborate on specific projects. They don't work for my company directly, and I do that on purpose because having direct employees in-house, there's a lot of different issues that come with that. One being that in the home service industry, if someone, has a ton of skills and they're good at what they do, most of the time they're going to leave and go start their own company. That leads to a ton of turnover. Not to mention, just using subcontractors instead of in-house employees simplifies things a ton when it comes to paperwork and so many different things that you have to handle. Finding subcontractors, though, is one of the hardest things to do. Subcontractors are absolutely needed to be able to take on more projects, make more money, and do less work. But finding subcontractors is one of the hardest things to do. There's a lot of them out there, but they're not all equally made. And if you have bad subcontractors, you're gonna have a bad business. So finding really great subcontractors is one of the most important things you can do. And sadly, there's no secret, magical key to doing that. It's getting out there, looking on Facebook, looking on Nextdoor, making calls, You're really just gonna have to get out there and connect with a ton of people, make those conversations until you find a couple crews that work out. When trying to find subcontractors, something to look for is companies that already have an LLC and insurance. It is necessary when hiring subcontractors to make sure that their insurance is equal to or greater than your own policy. General contracting and subcontractor laws vary depending on state. My recommendation would to be use ChatGPT to figure out what you can and what you can't do in your specific state. After the lead came in, I let my subcontractor know that I was gonna need him. We both went to the job together. I would only recommend that if you're already experienced with that subcontractor and there's a lot of trust there. We took a look at the project together, and then post-project when we left the house, we talked. He let me know that their labor and material total cost for the project would be around $8,000. I then quoted the customer $11,490. After all the contracts were signed, I then got 30% deposit from the customer that I used some of to give to my subcontractors for them to get materials and get started on the project. After that was basically all the work that I had to do. The only other times that I did anything was when it was about halfway through the project completion. I showed up to take some marketing material and kind of just check in on the job and see how everything was going. Luckily, I have really great trust with my subcontractors, and I found an amazing crew that does amazing work. I know that I don't need to be checking their work every single day because I know that they're doing an amazing job. And that's the point you want to get to. When you don't have that trust with your subcontractor, or if it's your first time dealing with another crew, you are going to need to check in with them very often, check their work, making sure they're doing the right things and that the customer is pleased. The last thing I did was show up on that final day when the job was fully completed to do a walkthrough with the customer, make sure they're completely happy, do any last final touches if needed, and then I collected the rest of the payment, paid out the subcontractors, and that was it. Building a home service business is one of the best things you can do because, for one, there's a wide array of different services that you can offer. It can be lawn care, pressure washing, drywall, painting, mobile home, pet grooming, so many different things. You can literally choose anything. Not only that, but the work is so needed. There is so many customers out there at their home right now needing the service that you're gonna sell. And the even crazier thing is that you don't even have to do any of the work if you don't want to. Like you saw in this video, I made over $3,000 in profit from just subcontracting the job, and I did less than 8 hours of actual work on that whole entire project. Most people will never escape the tools, but if you can learn the right systems to do so, then you can easily build a 6-7 figure business without actually doing any of the labor yourself. If you want to learn more about this and figure out exactly how you can do what I did, then my community, the Tradesman Society, is only $1 for the first month, and you get everything that I use to get started and get paid fast. You'll get the contracts for the subcontractors, the clients, everything you need to get started and get paid fast is in there. And right now it's only $1 for the first month. It's a no-brainer, so get in there. And right now it is new, so there's not a ton of people in there, which means you'll have more access to me. We can have one-on-one conversations, calls, and things of that nature. So get in now while you can for $1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and took a little bit of value away from it. I'm going to start creating many videos, basically just providing value on the home service business industry, because it's where I found my first bit of success, and I think it's highly underrated. So if you want to learn more about this, make sure you like and subscribe. See you later.